host of Ariva Martin in Real Time. Weekdays, 4 to 6 p.m. right here on KBLA Talk 1580. Be sure to tune in weekdays at 4:35 p.m. for your daily download on the federal bribery trial of LA City Council member Mark Ridley Thomas. The case is sure to have many twists and turns, and our program will be the show of record in the case of United States versus Mark Ridley Thomas. We have our own seasoned justice correspondent who will be checking in with us to keep you up to speed on the daily details of this high-profile legal case. Be sure to tune in to Ariva Martin in Real Time weekdays at 4:35 p.m. for United States versus Mark Ridley Thomas, only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Order in the court.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
So you're having my baby, and it means so much to me. There's nothing more precious than to raise a family. If there's any doubt in your mind,
You can count on me.
you can count on me.
Preach, preacher.
I'll never let you down.
Hey. Okay, turn it off. That's a lie. You gotta stop lying in R&B records, man.
I'm telling you, ladies, if a man plays Jodeci, that is a red flag. All of those songs are brilliant, but they're lies.
We'll never fall apart. We falling apart every day.
That's why I wrote this song. And you pregnant.
I need to make some money.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason returns to KBLA Talk 1580. I'm having an absolute ball. We got a fireball of a topic, championship competence, i.e. relationship competence. What are the skills required to be a good companion in a relationship? What competency skills do you need to cultivate, Tony, in order to not alienate your partner when you have a problem that overwhelms you?
Yeah. I think listening skills is one that we have to talk about. You know, the ability to listen without waiting to speak. Critical thinking is another. Understanding that not everything you think needs to be said.
Think or feel.
Right. Think or feel. Yeah, absolutely. I go back to empathy. There's been so many times in my relationship where I had to literally see it from her side and understand this was on me. This was on me, right? I think the ability to say I'm sorry, even if I'm sorry for how I said it, even if I'm not sorry for what I said, because I believe in impact over intent. I don't care what your intentions are. This is how it impacted me, right? So understanding that there's a difference between those two, it to me is another. Another big one is just thinking about what you say before you say it. And I think that goes into emotional intelligence.
Right.
Understanding that, how you say something is just as important as what you say.
Right.
Those are competency models that you have to be able to, and you do that in everything else. You're not going to go into your boss's office and talk crazy to that person.
You code switching at work, but not at home.
Hey, I mean, there's this great. I'm sure you've seen it. There's this great clip between James Baldwin and her name escapes me, when she says, "Lie to me." You have to lie to me. You lie to the people at work.
Oof.
But why do I get the truth? You know what I mean?
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we getting the phone callers in here. Phone callers, my people. It's time to go. Who's been on the longest? JW, South Central Los Angeles.
JW.
What up, JW? Get in here, man.
Hey, my brother. I'm loving the subject matter, man. But real talk, like I always say, man, it's all about having emotional maturity in terms of being able to be confident and all the above. If you have some type of open-mindedness and, like you said, empathy. I love it when you said empathy, because you're really showing genuine concern for the other person, and that's action. Sympathy is a thought or a feeling where you care, but empathy means you actually perform an action, and you literally take time to be in other person's feelings or shoes or however you want to phrase it, but you have a genuine concern. And just having an open mind, too. And like you said, intelligence. That's why I always say school's in session. Every day you got to learn. Every day you got to grow. Every day you got to mature. Every day you got to develop or graduate. I'm the person that said elementary school, junior high, high school, and then university. You got to graduate. It's stages. It's growth. And like you said, a person... how the expression go? I'm a person under construction, so therefore it takes a process, and that's the bottom line. And it comes with maturity and experience. And once you pay attention, then you can interact. I had to learn something when I first married my wife. She had my shirt on and used my toothbrush, and I felt offended, like you violated. Now, see, that's mine, but I had to realize we were a unit. We were a team. And she said something so profound when I was a truck driver. She said, "Baby, when you go on the way, I'll wear your shirts just so I can smell your scent and I can be comfortable when you're away from home." And that was just so deep. That's just real talk.
Do you miss her? Is she still around? Where's she at?
No, I don't miss her. I'm just making a point. That's all. That's it. I'm just trying to make a real point.
Thank you. Get your shirt back, J-Dub. That's what I want to know.
All right, my brother. All right. Take care, man.
Thank you, JW. South Central LA is in the building because of you. Thank you for the call. Sean, Oakland, California. Get in here.
Hey, Mr. Massey, Yoda,
yes.
The voice of reason.
Yes, sir.
Brother, this is really good. I mean, so here's what I'm going to add to this, because, there's no perfect. But what there is you have control about what you do with yourself. And what I do, and I'm not saying this is what everyone should do. I'm not a comedian. I'm not a professional comedian or an actor or anything like that. But I have fun. And by the way, in your house, if you set the tone, I know that's a cliche, but if you set the tone every morning, good morning, I'm always that guy. And the reason why I'm that guy, good morning, and then I do jingles. I do all kinds of stuff because, all of us have to deal with crap. Every single human being, all of these relationships, they have to deal with crap. And what I mean by crap is we have to deal with sometimes crisis, hopefully not, and everything below that is very difficult to deal with.
Wait,
so
Sean,
if you set the tone, go
Sean,
ahead.
Wait.
Yes.
I got to ask you this question because this is a big deal
yes.
right here.
Yeah.
So, we talking about relational competency, and
yes.
and you've been in it, man. 35.
Yeah.
What is it? 35 years, Sean.
Yeah.
Okay.
32 married, 36 almost married together.
There you go. There you go. So you've been in the trenches. Talk to me.
Yes.
Talk to me about team building, because this is relationship competency. Talk to me about team building while the relationship is in hell. Even Sean said, I don't even want to remember that.
No. I mean, because I think you make a profound point. I mean, I think the main thing, what I was trying to say is that you've got to find something to lead with. And what I lead with is setting a tone and being. So let me give you an example, because it'll sound funny, but hey, we have animals. We have cats. We have dogs. I've always had that in my life. But I have jingles for everybody. And I do jingles. I'm not a professional or whatever. But let me give you an example, right? For our cat, I'm like, she's a cat. She knows she's a cat. She's so damn cool. She's PHAT fat. And then I say that throughout the house every morning. And so every morning when there's one cat that is just into everything. Mm-hmm. So everyone in the house hears me. Say, don't think they don't hear you when you're trying to have fun. And I'm telling you, have fun. Because if you're having fun in this crazy world, people will follow you and try to have fun with you. Because even if look, I'm not Pollyanna positive. What I am is I'm setting the tone as much of the day as I can, because throughout the day you're going to have negative stuff all damn day. Why should I contribute to the negative part of the day? I would rather be that guy that is just having fun and doing all that and then taking care of business. Don't forget to take care of business, because you got to take care of business, and that's what I do. So that's what I would say.
Thank you, Sean, man. We appreciate the insight. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for holding on the line. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580 if you want to join the discussion. Oakland is in the building because of Sean. If you want to bring your city, you know what you got to do. 1-800-920-1580. Me and Tony Massey are going to continue to cook.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates Women's History Month, sponsored by Walmart. As we celebrate Women's History Month this month, KBLA Talk 1580 would like to spotlight women leaders in our community who are creating positive change. If you or someone you know is making a difference in your community, please nominate them with a 50-word or less post on why you feel they should be included in the KBLA Women's Series, sponsored by Walmart. These women leaders will be featured on KBLA, interviewed on KBLA, and participate in a panel discussion hosted by Reva Martin in real time. Visit the KBLA app or log on to KBLA1580.com to nominate a woman in your community that is creating positive change. This has been a KBLA Talk 1580 community call to action.
You've got advanced prostate cancer, but you're not waiting around. You want straight talk, the facts about Orgovix.
Orgovix Relagolix 120 milligram prescription tablets is a treatment for adults with advanced prostate cancer. Fact: Orgovix is a different kind of androgen deprivation therapy treatment, a pill, not an injection. Orgovix may cause serious side effects, including a heart condition called QT prolongation. Tell your doctor right away if you feel dizzy, faint, have a racing or pounding heart, or chest pain. Orgovix can cause harm to an unborn baby or miscarriage. Use birth control during treatment and for 2 weeks after Orgovix treatment. The most common side effects include hot flushes, increased blood sugar and blood fat levels, muscle and joint pain, decreased blood hemoglobin levels, increased liver enzymes, tiredness, constipation, and diarrhea. Other side effects include weight gain, decreased sex drive, and erectile function problems. Orgovix may cause infertility. Talk to your doctor if infertility is a concern for you.
Go with Orgovix. Ask your doctor. For more facts, visit gowiththefacts.com.
Here's Howie Long for Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear.
The world has gone hands-free. However, if you want to put on a pair of sneakers, you still need to bend down and help your feet in. Until now. Introducing Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear. You don't need to reach down to help your heel in. You just step into them and off you go. So what's the secret? Well, there's a special smooth comfort pillow in the heel that helps your foot slide into place. And they stay on just like a pair of laced-up sneakers.
Get hands-free slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Chase loves soccer.
I'm Chase Greer, and I'm 12 years old.
And his dream is to turn pro. That's why Chase and his family make sure he's always having fun and squeezing out his best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Okay, buddy, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze fruit-on-the-go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added.
That's my boy!
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You just don't know what you do to me. Bad boy.
Give me all the chicken heads from Pasadena to Medina. Bet big, get in between you, then see it. The prognosis, doses, blends and bends like Twizzlers. Biggest fitting to hurt. What's under that skirt?
Slow down, son, you're killing me.
Who filling them with octane? Got them gassed up, about to get blasted up, son. The last one, word the mother, brother miss him. I seen it when he kissed him at the wake, made his body shake. The high guy in 850 eyes, smoke tint, rap terror, full chrome and terror. Street five by the mirrors, the fifth is conspicuous. Bad boy slipped in 95, ridiculous. My rap lines is like landmines. One step, kaboom, black suits fill the room. To whom it may concern, Junior Mafia is the click. Act up, I have my honey's total bustle.
That's right.
In the middle of the day now, baby, I seem to think of only you. Oh, yeah. Never thinking for a moment, baby, that you've been thinking of me too. Yeah. So
Man,
I can't wait.
let me just say this, man. Imperfect people can make some really beautiful stuff. This music is amazing.
Yeah.
But everybody in that studio was toxic.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody in that studio is a work in progress. Why our music come out so beautiful? You be like, yeah, I feel that. That feel right. Then you go home and somebody screw face. They whole spirit screw facing. Like, like, what in the world?
Yeah.
I want to develop competency because I'm not the most competent in the world. I'm sorry.
Well, you asked Sean a question, and I think he answered it in his own way, but I'd like to address the question myself.
Please, Tony.
You asked about, developing competence in hell.
In hell.
In hell. And I personally believe that hell is the perfect habitat for healing.
Boom.
There's no better place than pain to truly bond with somebody. I was in 3 combat engagements, and when I tell you the relationships that I formed, the camaraderie that I felt in those horrific conditions, last to this day. Because here's the thing: if I can go through the fire with you, right, then everything else we face is a non-issue.
Andy, come on, Andy, through the fire, Shaka Khan. Let's get Shaka Khan up in here, because Shaka Khan has a testimony right now. Listen, your relationship is supposed to be your foxhole.
It's supposed to be. Yes.
The relationship is a foxhole.
Yeah.
So what happens when it's hell outside the foxhole and y'all supposed to be building with each other during hell and you get kicked out?
Right. Or you jump out.
No, you get kicked out.
You get kicked out.
Look in your eyes and I can see you've loved so dangerously. You're not trusting your heart to anyone. You tell me.
Wait. Just stop it right there. She said you're not trusting your heart to anyone.
Yeah.
You can't be in the foxhole with somebody you don't trust. Is that right?
I agree.
We can't be in the relationship foxhole if you don't trust me.
Right.
If you don't trust that I'm going to love on you properly, right? We can't be in the foxhole together.
Right.
If you're uncertain about wanting a person, if you're uncertain about being in the whole situation, then what do you have?
Why are you there?
Why are you there?
Yeah.
So you need a certain level of competency to even recognize that scenario.
Absolutely.
Talk to me about it,
And
brother.
I think you also need a certain level of competency to recognize that you have the ability to go through things with people, accompanied? Or are you one of those people where I can only go through
by
alone?
myself?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because if every adversity you face, you've decided that the best companion is you, you got a lot of work to do.
Well, some people's toxicity has a sweeter voice.
That's true. Yeah.
Some people's toxicity sound like loofah.
That's true.
Ooh, get him out of here.
Yeah, that or KC. Yeah, man.
Hey, before I move to the next point, please give me some more of that Shaka Khan.
Recorded in 1984.
But I believe that we've only just begun. When it's this good, there's no saying no. I want you so I'm ready to go. Through the fire, to the limit, to the wall.
All right, turn it off. I'm fantasizing, man. Ain't nobody going to the fire. Ain't nobody going through the fire. They get singed. They get just a little bit of.
I don't even. It's warm in here.
It's warm in here. I gotta go. Is the heater on?
I can't do this. It's 72. No, I can't do this.
I got to go.
You gonna turn the fan on or not?
Nobody's going to the limit, to the wall.
No, not anymore.
And I'm just gonna say this: if you are, you better thank your lucky stars.
Yeah, man.
You better thank your luck. If you got somebody
Yeah.
who's not piecemealing you
Right.
as a person,
Right.
like I like his feet.
Yeah.
I like his wallet. I like his sex. You know, if you're not getting piecemealed and somebody accepts you wholly as you are, even when y'all in hell,
Yeah.
you lucky.
And that's why I want to know, what have you, not specifically what have you been through, but have you been through it? And this is why we go back to that conversation we was having earlier. I don't want to hear about relationships from someone who has never really been in one. You know, somebody in the chat said, I don't want to hear about marriage from someone who's been divorced. That's exactly who I want to hear.
That's who you want to talk to.
Yeah. That's who I want to hear.
That's what I said about Steve Harvey. Everybody was dragging Steve Harvey. I said, Steve Harvey been married and divorced 3 times. That man knows something.
He knows something.
You better listen to Steve Harvey.
Yeah, his delivery may not be on point, and he can be a little misogynistic at times. But at the end of the day, I don't know that his advice was horrible. And he was speaking from his own experiences.
Well, the only thing that made it a little limited is because he's older.
Right. And yes,
so it's
absolutely.
coming from a generational space.
Yes.
So he's a little older.
Yeah.
But I tell you what.
Yeah.
He gonna tell you, and this is his I'm telling you, this is the value in Steve Harvey right now. He damn sure gonna tell you what not to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
He might not tell you accurately what to do. But he can damn sure tell you what not to do.
Yes.
And you gotta say like, what not to do.
What?
What not to do.
And that's what I want to hear. What mistakes have you made? Again, I don't need the specifics, but I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who's perfect, nor do I want to be in a relationship with someone who expects perfection from me.
Well, let's go deeper.
Okay.
Let's go deeper. You could be, say you're in a relationship with somebody who has a fair amount of relationship experience.
Sure.
But then life hits them in a way that they've never been hit before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you would think automatic survival mode kicks in and you start to tap into all of the stuff you've been through to serve as your relationship competency toolbox.
Right.
But when that doesn't happen, then what?
So I'm going to say something that I think is going to be a bit controversial.
Well, you do that every time you're here. It's fine.
I promise not to use the word curate. I don't know that we are going through anything unique.
Oh, you mean ain't nothing new under the sun?
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Whether so let's take something like grief. Whether I'm grieving the death of an individual,
right,
or grieving the death of a relationship, or grieving the death of a lifestyle, grief is grief.
Right.
And I think that when we go through things that feel unique, we want to take what we think is a unique approach. But the reality is that what we should be applying is the wisdom from the knowledge that we've attained from our previous experiences. Instead, what we do is we either look at the situation as unique and we have to do something new, or we're so afraid of the outcome being the same, we try to make the action completely and totally different, not realizing that causation is not necessarily, you know what I mean? You're not going to have the same outcome because you're dealing with a whole different person.
That's deep.
Right? My ex used to do this. So when I recognize that behavior in you,
I cut that.
I cut it out.
Yeah.
But I'm not him.
Mm.
I'm not her. So I'm gonna. This is not a unique situation, but you're dealing with a brand new individual, which means that I need to be dealt with according to how I present, not how the situation presented itself in the past.
And I hear you, but what this takes me back to is the relationship foxhole.
Yeah. Go through it with me.
Sometimes you get kicked out of the foxhole because people are selfish with their grief.
Oh, man. That is so good.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Let me do this. Let me handle it on my own terms.
Yeah. I'm guilty of that. And I'm so guilty of that I have created these spaces where I think if I can just deal with this, leaning on my own understanding of the situation, when I come back, I'll be able to, when I come forward, I'll have this problem solved. Not realizing that I have been gifted this opportunity of a whole new perspective. Someone who can help me see this in a very different way, the other side of the coin. I'm sitting here dealing with this head or this tail, and there's a whole other side of the coin that I'm not allowing myself to have access to because I've gone into my emotional closet to deal with this on my own. I've kicked you out the foxhole.
Man, don't kick your mirror out the foxholes.
Man, that should be a T-shirt.
Don't kick your mirror out the foxhole. See, I told people a long time ago, relationships are inherently spiritual.
Yeah.
Relationships serve as a mirror. You get to see yourself. Relationships are I'm trying to get the word out. I'm struggling. Self-revealing. That's the word, right? Relationships are self-revealing. They reveal the core of who you are, the biofeedback from your partner, the triggers, the conflict. All of that stuff happens in the mirror of relationship. This is why I shifted into the thought process of claim over blame.
Yeah.
So where there's conflict, you stop and say, what in the conflict is mine to claim?
Right.
Now, I'm going to refuse to blame because that's going to exacerbate the pre-existing conflict, right?
Yeah.
So, again, we got people now who would rather kick the mirror out the foxhole.
Yeah.
What are and listen, when we come forward, you're going to answer this question.
Okay.
What are the repercussions of that? When we come forward, me and Tony Massey gonna keep cooking, boy. We on fire tonight.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. A bill is moving forward in Florida to lower the minimum age when someone can buy a gun. The measure would allow anyone 18 years or older to purchase rifles and other long firearms. This would reverse a 2018 law that was put into place following the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in South Florida that killed 17 people and injured 17 others. The Pentagon is calling Russia's interception of a U.S. drone over the Black Sea unprofessional and unsafe. Russian jets forced down a U.S. drone flying in international airspace. This has resulted in the summoning of Russia's ambassador to Washington. And it looks like it's going to be really challenging to get people to join the Memphis Police Department after the death of Tyree Nichols. This comes at a time when the city is trying to recruit officers. And that's the latest. I'm Esther Dillard on the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Need an accident attorney by your side? All you got to do is call the accident guys.
Injured in a car accident or at work? Call the accident guys to speak with a real expert attorney for a free consultation.
This is a rather bold pronouncement, but we think we can back it up. If you come across a radio frequency anywhere putting more variety and more diversity on the air than KBLA Talk 1580, we sure would like to hear about your discovery. You got to have vision. You can search, but we are confident that you won't find more shows covering more topics, hosted by a more diverse and inclusive lineup of talkers than the squad we have assembled here at KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the time, brothers. This is the time.
We've got something for everybody.
That's right.
Health and healing, history and humor, issues and events, empowerment and entertainment, all in one station.
What's really going on?
Free enterprise, you dig? KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We got a lot to talk about.
King Kong ain't got on me.
The U.S. premiere of the official Bob Marley One Love Experience has arrived in Los Angeles. Open now through April 23rd at Ovation Hollywood on the corner of Hollywood and Highland. Tickets start at $20 plus fees and are available at BobMarleyEXP.com. That's BobMarleyEXP.com. Get your tickets today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family was founded to help address domestic violence and sexual assault in the Asian and the Pacific Islander communities. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family's mission is to build healthy and safe communities by addressing the root causes and consequences of family violence and violence against women. They are committed to meeting the specific cultural and language needs of the Asian and Pacific Islander women and their families. CPAF's vision is of an Asian and Pacific Islander community that embraces healthy relationships and works in partnership with other communities to eradicate all forms of violence. To access services, volunteer, or for more info, visit nurturingchange.org. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe everyone deserves to be safe. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh yeah, love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingarone, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
The rent is too damn high. KBLA joins you in calling for affordable housing. The LA Tenants Union is a diverse, tenant-led movement fighting for the human right to housing for all. The LA Tenants Union demands safe, affordable housing and union rent control. They organize against landlord harassment, mass evictions, and displacement, and mobilize for the repeal of the Ellis Act and Costa-Hawkins Act. The LA Tenants Union is on a mission to strengthen tenants' political power through education, advocacy, and direct action. To get help with your eviction or other landlord-tenant issues, take action for justice, or become a member, visit latenantsunion.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi.
Who's this?
Buzz. He appears whenever you eat Honey Nut Cheerios.
Like a genie?
Sure.
Ooh, does he grant wishes? I wish I lived in a giant boot. No, I wish I could swim with a humpback whale. No.
I can grant you a delicious bowl of High Nut Cheerios, which can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
Ooh, with heart shapes, too.
Happy heart-shaped Cheerios are back for a limited time. Pick up a box of Honey Nut Cheerios at your local store for an easy, delicious, and heart-healthy start to your day.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers!
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Seems like ever since the first day we met, there is no one else I think of more than you. Can't seem to forget, can't get you on my head. Guess the verdict's in, I'm crazy over you. How can one be down? Tell me where to start. 'Cause every time you smile, I feel tremors in my heart. I have a one concern. I cannot get with you till my day comes. Here's what I'm gonna do. You sit up in my room.
Ladies and gentlemen, your friend, your brother, Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, has come full circle. We broadcasting live from KBLA Talk 1580 in the heart of Leimert Park. I'm here with my brother, author, private chef, intellectual. We in here acting a fool tonight because tonight's topic is necessary.
Wasn't that Ray J's sister?
What you? Wait, hold on. Man, I'm finna take these headphones and run down the hall, man.
My bad.
What?
Go ahead, son. I'm sorry.
That's legendary brandy, man. Named after the finest cognac.
You're
Anyway,
right.
my brother.
Random question, off topic.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Massey.
Yes.
When you gonna come through with you know what I'm saying, some samples of some food, you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, the food is ridiculous.
I'm trying to
I got
I'm
you.
a foodie, my brother. So.
I got you.
So Andy done interrupted the conversation because
Oh,
he's
is his
thinking about his stomach.
I ain't gonna lie, your boy hungry right now.
I got
Boy
you.
lacks relationship competency. Like my relationship to the show is to engineer it. Hey, brother Massey, this is off topic, but I would like some of that cornbread.
If y'all ain't too busy.
Hey, listen. I have a question for you, brother, and I need you to really break this down for me. Because you know, I'm the type of person when I'm starting to study all of these different concepts and all these. To me, I've studied so much. A lot of these ideas remind me of movies we go to see today, and damn near every movie that's made is a remake of something.
Yeah.
So these ideas are starting to be recontextualized and reframed, but they're really old ideas.
Sure.
So when I hear something like relationship competency, and then when they start to define what it is, it's really an internal thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
So if it's an internal thing, would relationship competency just be another term for self-competency?
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, you talked about the mirror.
Yeah.
Right? And here's the drawback of never really getting into a relationship or never really allowing yourself vulnerability in a relationship. You never get a chance to see who you really are. You never get a chance to be introduced to the self that you present to the world. And you get stuck in this idea of you rather than the real you, right? And the reality is that I think a lot of people break up with people not because of who that person is, but because I don't like the way I look. in your eyes
because of what that person exposed.
Yeah. I don't like seeing myself through your eyes. It makes me focus on parts of myself that I would rather just look past. You know, we call it a mirror, but the reality is that when you look in a mirror, you're looking at a reflection.
Right.
But when you're looking, when you have your relationship, you're really looking at you, right? You're looking at how you present to the world.
So let's dig deeper.
Okay.
Earlier in the show, I presented the 5 C's, and then you added some C's.
Yeah.
Courage.
Yeah.
Right? What if before that can be displayed in any relationship, you cultivate it within self?
Sure.
So the 5 C's: chemistry, commonality, constructive conflict, courtesy, and commitment.
Yeah.
What if all of those had self in front of it?
Yeah.
The development of self-chemistry.
Yeah.
Because many people are not congruent. They have a persona, they have an image they project, and then they got all of this mess behind the image of, this neatly manicured image, right?
Yeah.
So self-chemistry, we're going to get into 5 C's. Commonality. How common are your wounds to you?
Right.
Do they just surface during conflict?
Right.
Which makes it problematic for your relationship conflict to be constructive.
Absolutely.
Right? And then there's, we already talked about constructive conflict. There's courtesy.
Yeah.
That would, for how I frame that, is self-empathy.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I think that if you've ever heard someone beat themselves up, that should be a red flag. Because that's someone who has not reconciled their image of themselves with themselves. Someone who will spend time tearing themselves down is never going to have the ability to build you up. They're just never going to be able to do that. So if you're sitting across the table at dinner with someone and they're just I'm this and I'm that and I'm hard, pay the check, get up and walk away. Because this is someone who, again, they're not courteous to themselves. They're not going to be courteous to you. They're just not going to be that.
And if that's the case, you have to be self-competent.
Yes.
Before you can be relationally competent.
Absolutely. I have to be competent not only at what I know, but what I don't know. I got to be competent at what I can do and also what I can't do. But then I have to know my limitations.
But what you don't know, it speaks to flexibility.
Sure, yeah.
It speaks to pliability, because you can't have a system,
right,
which is a structure in place for the unknown.
Right.
So there has to be a type, not only just flexibility, but openness.
Yeah.
And in that openness, you got to fill it with willingness.
Sure.
So why are these skills so difficult for people to even focus on?
I think it's hard to make improvements to myself if I'm the only one pointing out my deficiencies. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you would have to be a very honest person and a very courageous person to look yourself in the mirror and say, I have deficiency. I have to fix this about myself.
Or I acted a fool and I'm still trying to control things.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was wrong.
How about that?
My reaction was inappropriate.
That's a level of self-competency where you say, I'm out of pocket.
Yeah.
And because I'm scared, I'm trying to control.
Yeah.
And if you feel whatever, my bad.
Yeah.
That's a level of self-confidence.
I mean, imagine how much courage it takes to apologize to yourself for the mistakes that you've made. It's so easy to accept other people's apologies, right? If I hurt you, it's so easy for me to become contrite and come to you and say, hey, Zoe, I was wrong and I apologize. You know what, brother? I appreciate you doing that. I accept your apology. But can you do the same thing to you? Can you look at your life and go, that was on me?
Not most people cannot.
No. That wasn't environmental issues. That wasn't social issues. That wasn't the way I was raised. That wasn't my daddy issues, my mommy issues. That was poor decision making on my part.
Right. Let me give you a perfect example. My son comes to see me yesterday at the Cigar Lounge before he flies to the Dominican Republic. So as a father, he hates it when I do this because he's like, I'm grown now.
Right.
You don't have to do this. I'm grown. I just, so have you been working out? Well, a little bit on and off. I'm trying to get some money, and I said, but yeah, you're a professional basketball player.
Yeah.
You still have to factor that into everything else you're doing.
Right.
You got to factor in taking care of your body and staying sharp because you don't know when the next phone call gonna come through.
Right.
Come on, Dad. I'm gonna go down here and drop 50. Tonight he had 11 against one of his Mountain West competitors, and they lost. And they lost on his final shot, getting blocked out of the off the court.
Oh, come on, Zoe. There's no
competency. Sometimes you
don't know
think
if there's a correlation between that and his lack of discipline working out. We don't know that for sure.
Yes, I know my son. Yes. His arrogance of I got it, I'm good, I ain't got to work on it.
Yeah.
It exemplifies, like, hey, son, there's some spiritual immaturity here.
Yeah.
And then I'll send him a clip of Kobe. Hey, this guy comes in the gym. He's on the other team. Oh, he working out? I've been working out.
Right.
Well, I'm going to work out an hour longer than him.
Yeah.
He's going to finish and watch me work out. And then the guy comes in, Jason Williams comes back and says, hey, you dropped 40 on us tonight, but when I came in the gym, you was already soaking wet.
Yeah.
And then I worked out for an hour and 90 minutes or whatever, out 90 minutes. And then you continued to work out for another hour. Why'd you do that? Because I wanted to let you know you don't get to come in here. And I told him, this is the mindset that is needed.
Right.
Well, that's basketball competency.
Sure.
That's greatness competency.
Yeah.
Well, same thing applies to relationship. We think let's just go with the feeling.
Right.
The feeling is not enough to make our relationship last, survive, and beyond survive, thrive. When we come forward, the voice of reason and Tony Massey will continue to lace them up.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Did you know California black women serve as breadwinners in 80% of black households, yet only make 55 cents on the dollar to their white male counterparts? Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by Lendistry. Story courtesy of CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. In honor of Women's History Month, the Black Women's Collective and a host of experts, policymakers, labor leaders, and more gathered to create an economic action plan for black women. The facts remain that black women serve as breadwinners in 80% of black households, yet only make 55 cents on the dollar to their white male counterparts. This wage gap is one of the largest in the nation. California falls short of the national rate at 63 cents on the dollar. I'm Maisha Cairo. That's your K-Black Minute News.
Thanks to our new sponsor, Lendistry. Lendistry is a national black-led small business lender that is headquartered in Los Angeles. Lendistry helps small business owners access the affordable capital needed to grow. Visit Lendistry, LENDISTRY.com/KBLA today.
Is child support taking your money? Did you know that states receive $500 million a year in incentives to put people on child support and find them guilty in those same state hearings? Log on to ChildSupportIsFraud.com for more information.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Your love is wonderful, yeah. And I don't wanna lose you. So, baby, soon as I get home,
I'll start a fight with you. Turn her on. Soon as I get home, I'll start a fight with you.
I hate that song.
That's what's going to happen. I'll start a fight with you because I'm mad at myself.
Right. It's all cap.
I lack self-competency. And thus, I am not relationally competent. Don't put the relationship in my hands.
I could do bad all by myself.
Yup. You do bad inside yourself, too. What
That's
about
not
this
a
one?
flex. That's not a flex.
This is a heavy piece right here.
All right.
What about intimacy, cultivating intimacy without proximity? Like a long distance relationship or through the digital media, because that's what's happening now, through the digital world. Can you cultivate intimacy over a long distance? And how does relationship competency, like how does that factor in with regards to sustaining such an endeavor?
This is going to be controversial, but I do not believe. And send your comments to Tony Massey Cooks. I don't believe in the validity of long distance relationships. I don't think you can create intimacy with someone you see occasionally. I just don't think you could do it. Right. I think you have to have proximity. Because here's what happens in a long distance relationships. You have the advantage of preparation. My wife and I don't get to prepare for one another. She takes this Tony Massey as it comes, right? So I don't get a chance to clean up myself, my place, my environment, my situation.
Right.
And I don't get to focus, a weekend just on her.
Right.
Because life is happening to me.
Right.
Whereas with long distance relationships, you have the ability to tap in when it's the most convenient for you. You have the ability to create these moments, and where the only thing that matters is you and that person.
Right.
But that's not reality. Is it possible? Sure. I mean, people do it every day.
Yeah, it's possible.
I don't know that it's a good practice, though.
It's possible, but it might not be probable.
No, I don't think, because here's what happens. Once the distance is removed, can you still have the same relationship?
This is what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Everything is prepared, as you said.
Right.
Right? We're good. The house is clean.
Yeah.
Here for the weekend. It's all love. Lovey-dovey-dovey.
Yeah.
Lovey-dovey. But when conflict manifests,
boom,
you see the level of competence.
Absolutely.
Self-competence as well as relational.
Yeah.
They're connected, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the couples that say we never fight. Then that means somebody's lying. It's as simple as that.
Right.
Somebody is not being vulnerable. Somebody's not being honest. Someone is trying to protect the other person's feelings.
Right.
Because conflict is good. Conflict is how you grow.
Ooh.
Right?
I'm going to say it another way. If we can't be human around each other.
Ooh, I like that.
Right? If we can't be human beings around each other. If the nuance of me irritates the wound you haven't addressed, and then I become at fault for that.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Yeah, that's an issue.
That's an issue.
That's a huge issue. Yeah. And you're opening up old wounds. Those wounds should be healed.
Well, sometimes wounds pop up and you didn't know they were there.
I disagree.
Listen, sometimes it's unconscious, Tony.
I disagree. I think I was in the medical field, A wound goes through a process.
We're not talking about a literal wound.
I understand that, but even in analogies, you have to apply, some knowledge to this. A wound goes through stages, and at some point, it turns into a scar. Once you get to the point of it being a scar, it is a reminder of what happened, but it is not indicative of what is happening.
No, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I just like to push back for no particular reason. But no, but seriously, the spiritual wound is like that too.
Yeah.
Time creates the scab.
Right.
But space-time opens the scab.
Absolutely.
See, Rothschild wrote a book, what's her name? Babette Rothschild, The Body Remembers.
Okay.
The longer time goes on, you tend to forget the traumatic situation. But time, space-time, I'm walking down the street and a dog pop out.
Right.
And I had a bad situation with the dog when I was a kid. The dog pops out, the body gets transported back to the past.
Yeah.
So the scab gets opened up.
Yeah.
So I get it. I understand. It was a great analogy. I just was upset that I didn't think of it. It's fine. Just trying to just steal a bit of your thunder, brother. It's all right.
Come on my show with your little analogies.
You know, so you got analogies, huh? I see, brother. I see how this gonna turn. You know what I mean? So let me just say this, as we're wrapping this thing up. Do we choose who we love?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, let's make this clear. All right.
I don't think so.
Yes, Zoe.
No.
Love is a conscious decision. You don't unconsciously fall in love with people. That's not how love works.
No, love is consciousness. But there are certain levels of consciousness that the human mind is incapable of perceiving. And I believe love, God, all the real lofty substantive stuff, it's a little bit outside of our purview, our intellectual purview.
I totally disagree. Okay.
You're a Virgo. It makes sense.
You may not choose.
Say, practical love. You understand? This is how love fit in this box, you see?
I'll concede to this. You may not choose who you fall in love with, but you choose who to love. That's a conscious choice. You can't just be out here loving people just because God told you to.
You choose people. You don't choose love.
Yes, you love is both a noun and a verb.
No, it's not.
It is.
No.
To love someone is the verb tense of
isn't.
the word. It is.
No. No.
Because you said so.
Yes.
I know a cat named Webster that would have a huge issue with that.
No. Dr. David R. Hawkins puts it the best that I've ever heard it. He said, love is an elevated state of consciousness. It is not a verb, because what happens when you verbalize it like that, people think you can do a regimented practice that will garner you love, and that's not always the case.
But, okay, that may be true, and I'm not questioning the doctor, but I do think that love requires a commitment to a regimen.
That's because you Virgo. You got 5 insurance policies, don't you? Anyway, when we come forward, my brother, Danny Morrison gonna keep the fire lit. We started the conversation. You finish it. That was my brother, Tony Massey. Always a pleasure to have him. Listen, I'll be back tomorrow with another heater. Deuces.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network.